And this is just so that if anyone needs to access this workshop later on, you guys can access it on our YouTube channel. That along with like, I think we have like 20 or 30 other videos that is also on our website and our channel. Hello, come on in, we're just doing introductions, come on in. Okay, so before I start, let's do a bit of an icebreaker. We've been talking already, but I've been kind of going on a monologue. So how about you guys give your name really briefly and maybe like something fun that happened or fun fact, or I don't know. You can be random. It could be like super weird as well. So I'm Shristi. I talk too much and my friends never tell me to shut up. And so that is the weirdest thing about me. We can go, you want us to go next?
Yeah, I can go first. My name is Andres. I go by Jesse. I'm a second year. I'm actually a non-major, but I'm internally transferring. So I've mostly been doing self-learning. I don't have a team, but I do have an idea. Can share after we talk or whatever. But yeah.
No worries. We can do team matching later, or you guys can find a team here. How about you?
Hey guys, I'm Sahas, freshman, business major. First ever hackathon. Don't really know how to code. What else? A fun fact about me is that I used to have long hair that went to my chest area. And then I cut it off, and during Thanksgiving break, and donated it.
Ooh, cool. How many inches did you donate?
It was like 14.
Damn, you beat everyone. How do you?
Hi, my name is Sojin. I'm first year advertising major. This is my first hackathon too. And I don't really have a fun fact, but maybe my fun fact is that I'm a nervous guy.
Okay, okay, no worries.
I'm Nivish. I'm a sophomore. This is also my first hackathon. And fun fact is this weekend I played volleyball with some friends and I realized that it's a lot more painful than I thought it would be.
We have a volleyball champion in the back too. All right, you wanna go, John?
So my name is John. I'm a first year computer science student. And I'm one of the most useless programming languages out there. Don't learn. And don't get a job in it either.
Which language?
Cobalt.
Koku?
Cobalt.
Cobalt. Okay. So John said to learn Cobalt
Oh,
for
no, don't
online
learn it.
people.
Yeah.
No. He said to learn it.
Hi everybody, I'm Chetan. I'm a second year MIS major. This is my first hackathon and I think I'm pretty good at coding. And a fun fact is that I like Python.
Okay, cool. And back row?
I'm a junior CS major. I plan to be a mentor for this hackathon. I'm here to support Trishti. So that's really cool. I'm also a mentor at this hackathon. Third year CS major. We've done a few hackathons in the past. My fun fact was going to be that we play volleyball, but take it. So I also like hockey.
So while that's been happening, Lynn and Anjali have been having fun online too. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves so that everyone else can know who you are. Lynn, you want to go first?
Sure. Hey y'all, everyone. My name is Lynn. If you know me from last semester, I normally go by LV. I'm currently a sophomore in CS, double major in math, and minor in business. And next semester, another Chinese minor. I'm currently the event and experience director at Retail Hackers, and glad to be here. Yep.
And Anjali, if you want to unmute yourself or chat, if you don't want to unmute yourself, up to you. No, okay, no worries. Feel free to throw an introduction whenever you want. That's fine. Okay, so so this is the How to Hack Intro to Workshops. You guys are here. Thank you for coming. We will be having the recording available later at the Retail Hackers channel, plus any more videos from the past 2-3 years of hackathons that we've been doing. So if you want to browse it before the hackathon and you see something interesting, you don't know that tech stack, feel free to go through it, or anytime really. There's so many videos. And not just that, YouTube has a ton of videos as well. So I am Srishti. I am one of the co-leads for Free Tales this year, which is also one of the presidents. I am a junior CS major with a disability studies minor, and so I'm super passionate about making a difference for the community, making a humanitarian impact, and so this hackathon speaks really close to my heart and my passion specifically, and so you might just see me screaming around all week and be like, let's help change the world, or just be like, let's go eat, because I love food. And a fun fact is that I love to sing, but I'm super off pitch. And if people are in my car, I'll start blaring the music and not ask them if it's okay if I sing, and I'll just start singing. And it doesn't matter who it is. Yeah, no, it's okay, Lynn. You're good. So y'all are here. What is a hackathon? Well, it is a space to learn, build connections, and create a project. You get to learn new skills, make new friends, and create solutions to problems that you care about. So in this hackathon specifically, we're addressing community, like humanitarian impact, human rights. And if this is your first hackathon, then welcome. I hope that this is a really fun experience for you and a way for you guys to get into the tech world without feeling too judged or under pressure or imposter syndrome or anything. We've all been there. I get it. In fact, my first hackathon was Hack Texas, and I got to create an app, and it was super cool experience for me. And I came from an experience where I only learned class coding, and then I came out building an app with my friends. So you can come out coming with really cool things and then be like, hey, I made this, and there's no pressure. So it is open to all majors and levels of experience. I know we were going around the room. There's a couple of different majors, a couple of different coding backgrounds, and that is totally okay. You can go from design and ideation to having learned like basic coding and like even like project development by the end of the weekend. And it is super, super beginner friendly, as well as also provides a space if you're like already know coding and you already like know things, right? So for you to I cannot speak. Like make your skills better and improve it. Forgot the word for that. And yeah, we have a ton of workshops. So we have 3 this week, and then we have 3 during the day of, plus all the ones that are available on our YouTube channel, and any organizer is open to helping you as well. So let's talk about the culture and hackathon community. We are very focused on learning and super non-judgmental. We're very supportive. Every single person, whether it be attendees, organizers, mentors, judges, anyone is willing to help you. Like you can just go tap them on the shoulder, be like, hey, like I don't understand this, can you help me with this? And they are more than willing to help you. And that's just the environment that we foster and we try to create in our hackathon as well. So if anyone bullies you this weekend, come to me and I'm gonna go beat them up. Not physically, but you get it literally or like figuratively. All right, hackathons are a great way to combat imposter syndrome. You guys, some of you heard it. My first hackathon, I was able to combat my own imposter syndrome. It is okay to feel like you're not doing enough in tech, and sometimes you're like overwhelmed, but I'm telling you, like everyone comes here from a different background and we are here to help you. And I hope it's a fun weekend for you guys. So it is a friendly competition. We are going to have prizes. We have some specialty prizes that we haven't announced. And those are going to be pretty fun ones that our event team has been working on. And with this weekend should be a great way for you to get to know other people and get to know other college students in the same boat as you, even if you don't come out with like the most amazing project. I just hope you take out something from this weekend. And that's the culture that this or other hackathons try to promote as well. So in a more formalized way, hackathon community, we are Free-Tail hackers. All we do is host hackathons. Like, so we host a spring hackathon and then we host Hack Texas, which is one of the largest hackathons in the state of Texas. There's about 700 to 800, 900 people who come to that hackathon. And then we are part of also MLH, which is Major League Hacking. That is kind of like the parent of all parents of hackathons. And it has over hundreds of hackathons that you can attend every weekend, virtually, hybrid, in person, and whatnot. And then of course you have your organizers, volunteers, mentors, judges, attendees, and anyone walking around the GDC on Saturday who is willing to help you and be a part of this community. All right. And what if you don't know how to code? Well, like I said, that is totally okay. You're at the right place. You're going to learn to code at the end of this weekend. We have some beginner-friendly workshops. You can build a team of up to 3 for prizes. If you want more in your team members, that's fine, but we won't be able to give you prizes for anyone additional than 3 members on your team. And then feel free to ask questions, attend workshops. kind of just try it and do a trial and error without really like being too hard on yourself. And then ultimately, please, please, please do submit a project, even if you think it's like a hello world example, right? Like for those of you who don't know, it's like basically the first line of code you ever learn to write is hello world, right? Even if it is a hello world example, go ahead and submit it. And this can be part of your growing portfolio because maybe 2 years from now, you're a coding beast and you come back and you're like, wow, I came from here, right? Anyways, you want to celebrate you guys, and it can be a mock-up, it can be a Figma design. Just submit what you have, even if it doesn't go for judging, because we want to celebrate you. And it's a good way to have a portfolio. So where can I start? Freetail Hackers created the Ultimate Hackathon Starting Guide, which will also be linked in the Discord. You can also Google it, Freetail Hackers Ultimate Hackathon Starting Guide. This has a lot of like basic tutorials into a lot of front end, back end, different tech stacks, and like coding examples as well as help on ideating for a project. And so we have been curating this. We are also working on improving it. So if you feel like there is something that could be improved or you want to add to it, let us know, or you can contribute to directly and we can add it to the page. It is an open source thing and it has great information for all different levels of technologies. Also, you can ask any of the organizers if you need any more information and rewatch this workshop to skip to the interactive section on like brainstorming or GitHub if you feel a bit stuck. Okay. So what if you don't have an idea? That is totally okay. A lot of people don't when they come into the hackathon. So we have a Discord channel where you can throw in random ideas. We are also going to have like a mini interactive section of like coming up with a project idea of your own, like within the span of this workshop. And then say you do have a team or you're with your friends, you can brainstorm things of what you can do this weekend. Something that also helps is throughout the week, whenever there's like, oh, I wish there was something tech related for this, right? Oh, I wish there was an app for this, right? Even it doesn't even have to be a tech project. Be like, if there's ever a thought you have like, oh, I wish this existed, right? Well, now is the chance for you to create that. And we can give you the resources and tools for you to create it as well. So the sky is the limit. And it is okay if you don't have an idea. Sometimes the challenge prompts that we have give you a better idea because it lets you focus into a specific category of what you might want to go for. Okay, you don't know anyone, you kind of like want to meet people, but you're kind of nervous. That's okay. If you're online, people don't know your face. So you can just like type it in and like, be like, hey, I'm this person. I'm kind of cool. Come follow me on LinkedIn or something, right? And then you can, if you also want to come in person, we are going to be having a ton of fun activities that our event team is planning for this weekend. People would love to get to know you, talk to you. You don't even have to talk. If you want to just like listen into a group, that's totally okay. I think something new we're going to try this year is having like, and John, correct me if I'm wrong on this, event signs. Like if teams are working together, they can have signages saying, hey, we're open to talking, and like you asking us about our ideas, and teams are like very busy working, and they can be like, hey, no, we're busy right now. Like, please come back at a later time and talk to us. Also, when we're going to be judging, it's going to be in person. So you get to go around, see people's projects, talk to them, what inspired them, learn about them. And it's just going to be a great way to have a very in-person hackathon experience that the juniors in this room will tell you we have not had in 2 years. So y'all are lucky that we're finally getting an in-person experience completely. Team formation will be happening right after opening ceremony on Friday. From 6 to 7 is our opening ceremony. Right after, between 7 and 11 is when we're going to be team matching, and the form is going to be sent out. So if you need a team, you don't have a team, fill that form out. You can also go on our Discord, which you should have received on our Eventbrite invitation. And that will give you a chance to also get into the team formation channel, kind of see if anyone else online wants to be on a team with you. All right, and what happens at Longhorn Hack for Humanity? So the schedule looks like we have workshops this week and during the day, a lot of fun events, food. Some of the highlights are kimchi snacks, Vietnamese iced coffee, a lot of different snacks, and catered food. We will have guest speakers, recruiting and networking workshops. If you're in that internship grind, you kind of want an internship for this summer, next summer, sometime, but not sure how to get there, we're all here to help you as well. And just a lot of fun. We are going to make the hackathon the best out of it. And like I said, there should be something for everyone here. Can be technical, can be non-technical. Just overall, the community is trying to give you something as a free resource at UT. All right, so let's do an interactive coming up with a project idea session, unless you guys have questions. Yes? No? Good? Okay. Cool. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to brainstorm between all of us, online and in person. I want to think about 5 things we want to change about the community. This can be related to human rights. What do you think about the word human? What does it mean to be human? What is humanity? Like anything, like throw it out there. It doesn't have to be tech related at all. Let's come up with 5 ideas. Education. Anyone else? Water scarcity. Anyone else?
Adoption or fostering.
Sure. Adoption, fostering. And then let's try one more. Yes. Impoverished communities. That's perfect. So there's so many different areas now we can focus into, right? All right, let's combine some of these ideas. So you have scarcity and you have impoverishment, right? So that's a lack of resources. You have foster care and what was the other one you said?
Education.
Education, right? So like children's development, or like you could even separate into 2 categories, or you can combine it, right? So let's pick our favorite one. Which one do we like the most? You can name a new one as well. No? Yes?
Maybe like, I had written down like education for refugees.
Oh, that's a really good one. Okay, cool. So let's pick on this one, if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, education for refugees. Can you guys think of tech needs that refugees may need in education or in general? Like, what is something that they're lacking?
Maybe literacy or learning another language.
Learning another language. Let's think about the Ukrainian refugees right now. What's something that they're going to face in terms of education? Literacy is one. Do you guys know that a lot of companies are banning Ukraine and Russia from their initiatives and their platforms? Like, for example, I interned at Coursera and we had to ban Russian learners from the platform as part of the, what's it called? Anyways, the restrictions, right? And so because of that, Ukrainian learners are also affected because some of them identify as Russian. And so they are getting less access to secondary education, primary education, other things, and that might affect their like career growth in the future, right? So what are some like tech ways that we can like solve this? Like, how do you think we can increase literacy to children of Ukraine, for example, in an accessible way, such that like they don't have to pay for anything?
I put like partner with another greater organization that provides one like subject
Mhm.
of education,
Mhm.
and we're basically sort of like, they're like, it's basically the middle,
Mhm.
and like that organization sponsors refugees who sign up or people who sign up.
Okay, so we could do like subject-based learning and then like partner with a nonprofit, for example, right? Yeah. What about like having like auto-generated like pamphlets, or like, I don't know, like even an app that like creates a short story every day, right? That can do it in like a video form first and then like have like smaller word readings after, right? Like that way the children can see what's happening in the video, turn off the video, and then learn the words itself of what's happening, right? Like a mirroring thing. I do think that like something like an app is super accessible for a lot of people, right? So that makes it really easy to make an app or like a website. Or if we don't want to do like, if we want to be even more accessible, like, I don't know, create like a bot or a script that like generates these kind of different subject matter like information, right? In a way that we can like easily print out and give it to children when food distribution is going out to Ukraine, for example, right? Like this is like a wide brainstorming. I'm just trying to like hone in on a specific idea to help you like think about how do you address a hackathon challenge? How do you come up with a project for the weekend, right? So design and implementation, right? Let's say we go with an app idea, right? Ideally, you would want some kind of like logo, some kind of like color theme, right? You don't want to put, I mean, you can put the whole rainbow color, and that's totally okay, but understand that like that's not very like readably accessible, right? Like I can't read yellow on the screen, for example, right? So you would want to design everything and have an end goal of what you want to do before you write your first line of code. Does that make sense? Because then you can be coding all day long and then be like, wait, no, I didn't even want to do this, right? So for design, you can use Figma, you can use like different like Miro boards or Notion, or just plan and organize it, right? It can be like super easy as like take, like I think my hackathon team, we did like a piece of paper and then someone like did it on the iPad, like my first hackathon, right? It'd be super easy, something like that. So design, and this could be like your aesthetic design, but also like technical design, right? Like, okay, are we creating an app? What kind of framework do we want to use? Do we want to create an Apple, like an iOS app, right? Do you want to create an Android app? And then think about implementation. Let's say you want to create an iOS app, but you don't even know anything about Apple or anything, right? But you have a Mac. So go on YouTube now and go, okay, creating an app in Swift or for iOS, right? Beginner tutorial. It walks you through an app and then start changing the code so that you can adapt it to your needs, right? And for each thing you want to do, look it up online first or ask our mentors, ask our community, right? Like you should not be stuck on like, oh, I don't even know how to do this. There's so many resources for you. And if you are stuck, and that's totally okay, just like come up to any one of us. We have a mentor's floor, we have an organizer's floor, we have like so many people helping you, right? Even the team next to you who might know it better than you, just be like, hey, I saw you're working on this. Could you like let us know what resources you use to learn to do this? And you can learn to do it before the hackathon too, if you wanted. You could start this week by learning those tutorials and having like a base framework so that when you come in this weekend, you already know what's happening. But if you don't want to do that, that's okay. You can use the time this weekend to spend one day on just learning one thing new, right? So let's say we make this app for refugee children in Ukraine, right? We got some design. We made the first homepage. We're super proud of ourselves. It doesn't look like an app at all, but we got something submitted, right? I don't care if it's a hello world. If I don't see a submission from you guys, I'm gonna be sad. Like we need to showcase our performance, right? And it's just a fun thing. Like you can keep it on private too if you want, but just submit it. Like it's gonna be a fun thing. Do you have any questions on this? No. Did this help to kind of like create a brainstorming idea of like how you can come up with a project? Yeah? Cool. Okay, so this is the second part of our workshop, which is more of like GitHub version control. Does the first part of the workshop and expectations for this like hackathon make sense? Yeah? All right. Anyone excited for this weekend? Yes. Okay. All right, so how many of you guys know GitHub version control here? Iffy, you know it. I know the whole background knows it. All right, what is version control? Y'all ever worked on code and been like, oops, I deleted everything. Now I don't know how to get it back. Control-Z isn't working. Yikes. Or like, for me, I've done research papers that were 40 pages long in 6th grade, deleted the whole Word document, didn't have a way to get it back, worked on it for 4 more hours again. Fun times. Let's avoid that and use version control. So basically version control is a way for you to like save your work history. And like with each new changes, you can also look back on your changes. So say you like something better than before, or what you have right now, you can revert back to it, or you can also compare things, right? It's super powerful, not just for a hackathon, but also like, let's say you go to industry, or if you're working on solo projects and you need a way to track all your changes without having to store it on like Google Drive or zip files or whatever, right? Use GitHub. Super easy, makes it very collaborative and like stores it all on cloud. So you don't have to worry anything about space. Plus we're UT students, so we get the student premium access to GitHub, which is like the main platform we would use for version control, right? And Git is the programming language per se, but it's like really like 10 commands you learn and you're good, right? And the other thing is like, okay, you're working in a team, there's 3 of you, you're like headset, you know what you want to do, right? But now you're like on the same file. And so it's going to be super slow, right? What you can do is you can create branches for each person and individually develop and then start pushing it together, right? To create one product at the end. And that way you don't have to worry about, hey, let me email you this zip with these changes and see what you think of it, right? So that's kind of what GitHub is. And the last one, code review and feedback, this one is like pretty important on an industry level. So like everything's up to standard. But for a hackathon, if it's like as squirrely and snaky and like weird code as it is, but it works, it's fine. Just like no one's judging your code syntax and no one's gonna run a Mike Scott syntax checker on you either, if you guys get my reference. Okay, is GitHub hard? No, it really isn't. Like I think everyone has trauma stories of GitHub, but like if you actually learn it and like you are okay with making a couple of mistakes, it's like literally not that bad after a while. And like I promise you, one practice would probably make you like enough and of an expert to like have a good project with GitHub, right? A lot of tutorials online. I think MIT will do a better job of teaching you GitHub than I personally will because my qualifications are not that high, but MIT has a really good tutorial. So does like Free Code Camp and I don't know, a bunch of other places. Like go on YouTube and go GitHub tutorial and it will probably be like 100 Google pages of just GitHub tutorials. And ask organizers and fellow peers for your help. I'm pretty sure Freetail also has an actual proper like walkthrough of GitHub tutorials on our YouTube channel if you wanted to check our previous workshops as well. Okay, so the trauma stories are real. Yes, I get that, Anjali. All right, the commands. There's like literally 8 on here and they're very easy and I'll explain it to you and you can come back to the video and check it out or you can like look it up. So when you do git checkout, okay, the first one's kind of like, I don't know why I put it first. We'll come back to the first one. That was a little bit more confusing. Let's say git branch, okay? So you do git branch, it gives you all of your current branches, right? So your main one is going to be called main, and that's where like your final product should be, right? And then if you do, oh, I know what I did. So git branch is like, it gives you the list of branches, then git checkout, and then you do like the branch name, right? Gives you like, you're able to switch into the new branch. So the way GitHub works is it's in terms of trees, right? So you have like a node, a leaf and everything, and you're trying to connect one node to the other. So think of your main branch as like your main node, right? So when you do git branch, it shows you all of the branches around it of this tree, right? Like the main is your trunk essentially. And then from there, when you do git checkout, you're now able to like switch paths into that like specific branch, right? Which is like an isolated working environment, replicating the trunk, but with your own changes and local development. Yes? Cool. Now I know where I put the first command. The git checkout -b user project, that's what basically you can do git checkout and git branch together in the same command, right? So git checkout gives you to the new branch, -b, new branch, and then you create your project, your branch name, right? Convention is to put like the name of your user and then like / and then the name of like whatever project you're working on, right? So let's take the refugee app, for example, right? For children. Let's say I am super good at, not super good. Let's say I like suck at this, but it's my first time. Not suck. This is my first time. I'm gonna go work on the front end of it, the homepage, right? Let's say I'm working on the homepage. That's a better wording. So I'm gonna say, okay, I can just put like Shristi - homepage, right? And then creates the branch for me to work specifically on the homepage. And then let's say my friend here wants to work on the specific button, right? Or like the second page, right? They can be like, okay, person 2 - second page, right? And the reason you put the user is so that when you're going through the branch names, you know specifically who is in charge of that branch, like ownership, right? That's convention. You can do your branch names as yeet, hello, YOLO. I don't care as long as you know what's up, right? Cool. Git status, when you type in git status, tells you, here are all the files you've modified. Here's the new things that you've added. Do you want to commit this right? Meaning like, do you want to start tracking this now, right? Git add, so git pull will give you all of the new changes for that branch into your local repository. Repository is basically like directories, so like your folder that you're working on, right? Git pull will pull in all the new changes. Pretty intuitive on that one. Git add dot adds everything that you've modified, changed, and everything into the commit itself, right? Thank you, Anjali. Okay, git add, yeah, you like add everything in. It's in your like status now, right? So now you've added everything in. Now you want to commit it, right? Committing means, okay, now I'm going to like store it into this, like it's going to start tracking it. I want to store my changes. We want to save my changes, right? It's your Control S, Command S on like Windows or whatever other file you're working on, right? So you do git commit -m, and then you write a message. So your message is supposed to be, okay, what did you work on in this change, right? Let's say I just created the homepage, nothing else, created homepage, right? I have been a frustrated developer where I have put in, I'm so stupid on my message, right? But like, if you don't want your team to know that, that's like totally fine. Just like put a like relevant message. If you're me, then you can put like funny things and like just know what you're doing, right? So then you're done. And now you want to push, right? I'm going to say, if you push before you pull, you're going to cry. Like if you're coming out today and you push before you pull and you corrupt your repo, I'm just going to say, sorry, I told you to pull before push. Sorry, you have to pull before you push. I'm kidding. I will help you, but please, please, please pull before you push, because then if you have any merge conflicts, it's easier than like having to corrupt your whole repo because like you're trying to merge two trees together. And then the last, oh, I put git push twice, that's sad. But so git rebase, that's like a more advanced command, but git rebase is basically like, okay, you have changes in your individual branch. You want to take changes from another branch or like the main branch and like pull in all those changes and merge your changes together before you like actually merge the two branches together. Right? Then you can do git rebase, first branch name, second branch name, and then it brings in all the changes in one direction. And then when you do git merge, it brings it all back to the main. Does that make sense? And it git merges in here, so I'll edit the slides for that. Cool. So does this overview of GitHub make sense? Okay, if you guys need more of an interactive practice with GitHub, let me know. I'll publish something on the Discord so you guys can take a look. Or we can do it after this workshop, whatever you guys want, and we can do like a quick practice. So what's next for the rest of the week in this workshop? Please, please, please register for our hackathon. Are you all registered for our hackathon? Yes? Okay, good. Are your friends registered for our hackathon? No, this is a shame. You guys are gonna come have fun alone and not bring your friends along? Okay, tell your friends to also register. They don't have to be UT students, they just have to be college students. We're not providing lodging and transportation reimbursement, but we are providing lunch, snacks, fun events, prizes, cash prizes, all that fun stuff. So tell your friends to come. They don't have to have any coding experience. And then if they don't like tech, that's fine. Like just tell them to come. Like it's gonna be a fun weekend. Just come. Tell your friends to come. Okay, and then you're here at this workshop, which is a how to hackathon workshop. So now y'all know how to hackathon. Y'all are the experts, so you guys can run this workshop next time. And then tomorrow we have learn to build a basic website. Thursday we have deploying backend. And then on Friday, we are officially kickstarting our event with opening ceremony and a Gongcha profit share of boba. Y'all all better come to opening ceremony and get boba and just say that you're from Freetail Hackers. Tell your friends to come along. This gives us the money for us to be able to host free events for you guys. Yes, yeah, Lynn, boba. Oh, yes, so I like boba, guys. If you don't like boba, just get like tea. I don't care. Like go to Gongcha. And that's it. That is my presentation on how to hackathon. Might have stepped through a bit of it, so sorry. But let me know if you guys have any questions. Yes, no? All right, awesome. I'm gonna stop screen sharing. And thank you so much for coming, Anjali, online. Hope you liked it.